Hello YouTubers. I guess this is going to turn into another video series here, so to speak. I'm going to be working on the little international S7 paylogger skidder here again. Just a whole bunch of maintenance stuff, getting it ready for this coming winter. Well, I mean, we're into winter, but for the rest of the season anyways. Just a whole bunch of maintenance stuff. In this video, I think we're gonna check the transfer case oil, add a little bit. I got one rear planetary that needs, it's got a slow drip that leaks over the winter, so we're gonna make sure that it's topped up with oil and we're good for the winter. Anyways, we'll take you along and show you what we're gonna do here, so we're gonna get right at it. Here we go. Okay, so anyways, getting on with it here. Got my old oil pumper, gear oil can here for pumping oil, and gonna get right in here is the transfer case. I don't know if you folks can see, there's the back edge right beside the steering cylinder, and my filling spot is the plug to get it out to get in there to pump oil in is right between the steering cylinder and the transfer case. There's only about 2.5–3 inches of room in there. So anyways, we got to top that up because my rear main lower seal leaks. It has for years, but it's dry and hard like wood, I'm sure. When we redid the skidder years ago, we had put all new seals in it, but this was like 25 years ago when I was just a teenager. We helped them when we worked on this and put this all back together. This machine was a complete trashed out wreck. Still kind of looks that way, but anyways. And then over here, gotta put some oil, pull this fill plug out here and put some oil in this planetary in here. So anyways, okay, I have to go refill my pumper can here. I just realized here when I got here to put the hose in here off camera here that I had emptied my can on another job, pumping some gear oil into another piece of equipment there in the spring or earlier in the summer. So anyways, get on with it here. This pumper hose here has got a metal pipe on the end here. We actually had to bend this years ago specifically for this machine so we could get it in here, because like I say, it's caught the transfer case, fill plug, fill hole, and is right in line with the steering cylinder, and so yeah, it's kind of an awkward thing here. Get it in here. Oh, get over in there. This is a miserable thing to get in here. No matter how you try and... Okay. I think we're in. Okay. I'm going to slow down here. It's going to puke back out of the hole there. It's kind of a slow process, but anyways, you folks get the idea. The filler hole is the same as your oil level hole on this thing, so you just pump it until it starts puking back out, then you know it's full. So this thing doesn't pump very much per stroke, just a half an ounce or whatever, an ounce at a time. So this is the unglamorous part or whatever of owning and machinery, is the maintenance of it. Most people just show the videos or whatever on YouTube of operating or running equipment, and yeah, it all looks fun or whatever, but it's nice when stuff is up and running and working like it should, but the reality is there's a lot of this that goes on behind the camera. Your day-to-day maintenance and seasonal maintenance, main stuff that has to be done. It just has to be done if you're going to run equipment. That's how it is. So it's not all rip-roaring around and crashing around the bush, pulling trees and whatever. That's only part of it. The big part of owning equipment or running it is maintaining it. So anyways, I got a few more pumps to get in here. I'll bring you folks back when I'm done with this, and then we'll move on to the different to that planetary there. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this oil fill plug on this planet here, using a good old SK half-inch drive ratchet here, standard 10-inch ratchet. These have a 15/6. These had a little magnet on the end of the plug or whatever to see if there's any fines or anything, and it's there's nothing in here. These it's a good sign. I like to wipe and clean and check them anyways, but no, there's nothing there. Just a little bit of oil residue on the end. But anyways, continue on here. Almost like an ORB. They got a rubber O-ring on that plug there to keep the plug sealed so it doesn't leak. This differential has got the back seal on the hub, on the back side of the hub, has got a very slow leak that started about a year ago. The front hub seals were leaking bad on here when we first fixed the machine years ago, but we put new seals on that one at that time. On the front axle we had done both sides, and it's never leaked since. And this one's been good till now, but it's developed a real slow leak. I would have already taken it apart and fixed it, but some jackass went and welded the back of the hub, the wheel studs into the hub. So to get it apart, I literally have to torch the wheel studs, half the wheel studs off the back, from the back side, because they go right through the hub, kind of like a two-piece thing that holds the cap of the front shell of the hub in. I don't. Instead of changing studs when they get buggered up, people do stupid things like that. So now, to find replacement studs, I know you can get them online from different suppliers yet for, say, these old International or Dresser Corporation, I guess, or whatever. Now, these machines are getting a bit hard to find parts for. These old International Huffs, they've been out of productions for so many years that, like I say, I know there's some reproduction companies out there that make, well, there's new old stock stuff you can get, whatever, on eBay or wherever. This hub isn't horrible. It doesn't take a whole lot of oil, and you got to go slow because the gear, one of the planetary gears, is right in front of sits right in front of the fill hole here. So it kind of wants to puke back out when you pump it in. So I was going a little bit too fast. You got to go real slow when you pump the oil in. Let it drop down, especially in the wintertime like this when it's thick and syrupy. Summertime when it's warm, it's not bad. It drops right in there nicely. But for the little bit that it leaks, we'll just keep running it like this for now. I'll keep an eye on it and check. It just drips a few drops every couple of days on the back tire or whatever, and just lets you know that it's the seal is leaking a bit, but it's not excessive. It's not pouring out of there. So we'll just keep this going like this for now. I also have to pull some of the trap doors, not the stump pan, but the trap doors, access doors, to get into the lower drive shaft system or whatever, and I got to grease all the U-joints on it. And I'll do my front cradle on this thing at the same time. Like I say, all part of the maintenance. Got to get this thing ready because I'm got a bunch of work ahead or whatever for both this one and the other skidder, probably, looks like. I'm not going to elaborate and get into it now. That'll be a separate video. I'll talk about that at another date or whatever with you folks. Okay, anyways, I'm just about done here. I think I'll pause you and bring you back here in a second, and get this finish putting a little bit extra oil in here and get this finished up here. And any of you that's played with gear oil, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With this stuff is real smelly. Any other kind of engine oil stuff always has a bit of a smell to it, but this any gear oil, heavyweight gear oil, it's always got a real practically stings your nose or whatever. It's a real stinky bugger. You don't want to get it on your clothes. Definitely don't want to get it on your clothes, and getting it on your hands, you can't. Even when you wash with good hand cleaner, you still can't get rid of that stink. It seems to follow you around for a couple of days. So anyways, I'm doing my best here not to slop myself up with it. But anyways, okay folks, we'll bring you back in a second here when we move on with other maintenance stuff. Okay folks, well, next thing I'm gonna do here is change my my hydraulic filter element here. So it's a spin-on filter, so this machine or this particular filter or whatever, when it, I don't know, hits a certain time mark, it's way before it really requires to be changed, it starts weeping oil down around the filter canister. But I think it's the filter brand I'm using, nothing to do with the machine. I've been using for many years these Donaldson hydraulic filters because for some reason or other it's the only filter I can seem to find for this this filter head. It's like a Grayson, like a Grayson filter head or body, whatever you want to call it. Now for removing filters, I always use just a big 18-inch pair of slip joint or plumber's pliers, wherever you call it. This for me, I found it to be almost the best filter removal tool. You talk about all your different strap wrenches you want, and there we go. It's what works best for me, what I've found. Get a good positive. It doesn't matter for engine oil filters, hydraulic filters. I can take off from small to big. Works the best for me, at least what I've found anyways. So my fancy dancy drain pan here, a chainsaw chain oil jug, cut the one side out of it and lay it on the flat, and away you go. You got yourself an economical drain pan. This is a backward spot for me to get into here. Oh, I'm wedged against the tire in the frame of the machine here, so this is going to puke oil like crazy here in a second here. So. There we go. Nah, there's nothing even remotely dirty in it. The oil's nice and clean. Just for whatever reason, the sealing ring on this filter, like I say, on these Donaldson filters, I guess it's some kind of a weird synthetic rubber that dries out, and then it starts to piddle oil around the filter body. So anyways, I'm going to put a new spin on a new filter here right away. Just like I say, part of the maintenance here, and stop that leak again for another season or two. Like I say, I don't put near the hours on what I technically would have to before changing it, but it's just one of those things that wants to, whatever. It's sort of self-regulating. When it starts to leak, I just change it, and then I know I got a fresh filter in there again, even though it doesn't need to be changed, but I can't stop it from leaking at that point. So I'm gonna have to look for a different brand of hydraulic filter, like I say, to fit on here. So something a little bit more. Well, less leak prone, so to speak. But this is, like I say, all part of maintenance and looking after equipment. So engine oil I did on this machine back in the early spring or whatever. I don't have much runtime, only whatever, maybe 10 hours of runtime on it, so I won't have to do an engine oil change, and I did that already. So just do the hydraulic filter here. The oil is good because I just put new fresh hydraulic oil in not long ago, and I'm not running any kind of 30 or 32 or 46 whatever AW type hydraulic oil. I'm running good old Dexron ATF3 automatic transmission fluid for hydraulic oil in here. It takes care of it year round, and mostly I run this thing 90% of the time. It's run in the winter time, so it's a good lightweight whatchamacallit. It's got ATF's an excellent anti-wear. Works well. You use it in automatic transmission, so obviously it works well in hydraulic applications. So anyways, got that, and I'm gonna go dig up a filter, and we'll be back here, and I'll put this on here shortly. Here we go, folks. Another Donaldson hydraulic filter. Number on this is a P551551. I don't know, whatever. The camera don't want to focus, but this is what I got in my filter stock, so it's what I'm going to use. So there we go. That's it. We're back in action, ready to go. There we have it. So anyways, that's taken care of, and good for another season or so. Well folks, I think we're going to call this a video. It's gotten real heavy cloud out and damp, and there's a breeze picking up, and it's getting miserable, and I'm getting chilled. I got to get into either the shop or the house next to the wood stove where it's warm, and keep working on something else. But for this afternoon here, I think this is going to be it here for the outside stuff for now. Anyways, thanks everybody for stopping by and checking out this video, and if you stuck around till now, I thank you kindly, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you don't mind. It means a lot to us small YouTube content providers here on YouTube. So anyways everybody, till the next time, take care.